He's back. He's back. He's back with another one. Oh boy, white pants were definitely a choice, that's for sure. Punching someone in the face feels violent. It feels unnecessary. It feels like something I never want to do, nor do I ever want done to me. Now, slapping someone in the face, that feels emotional. That feels almost uncontrollable and borderline justifiable.
Jeez.
Let's talk about it.
Listen. There's already enough opinions on this. This is not a debate on whether that was okay or not okay. I want to talk about something a little bit more fascinating to me. The root of the problem, if you will. The reason that the slap occurred at the 2022 Oscars. A joke. This all happened because of a joke that went too far, but did it. Humor is fascinating. It's incredibly particular to each person, each individual group. It depends upon how you grew up, where you grew up, what your morals are, what your background is. Are you a sarcastic little fuck like me? Or do you actually have real humor? Comedians have historically been the entertainers that are always walking a line between something that's okay and not okay. They're always making jokes that everyone's thinking, but are usually too afraid to say, just purely to get that headline, just purely to get that shock factor.
I was shocked, honey. I was in tears almost.
That's bold comedy. That's risky comedy. It's incredibly risky. So risky, you might get hurt. Apparently. Like, I think about my personal friend group and all of the kind of dark humor that we have behind closed doors. You know, like when you're with just your friends and you're just being super silly and you're saying things that you wouldn't necessarily say in public, but within the privacy of your friend group, you can kind of go there. You can make those dirty or vile jokes. Have you ever been with a group of friends and you have your humor, your sarcastic humor, your dark humor, your dry humor, and then someone new is attending the group event and you either A, forget that they don't know the side of you. They've never seen the side of you before and they are shocked.
I didn't know she was gonna be here, bro.
Or they participate and they try to chime in when you're like, you haven't earned that yet. You can't make a depression joke about Jared. Only I can make the depression joke about
Jared.
Listen. We all know Debbie is a fucking whore. But you have no right to tell her that. I do.
Me.
It's incredibly subjective, and I do not envy that career path one bit. Imagine being up on stage and your whole night goes according to if people understand you or not, if people are willing to go there or not, because as soon as they don't, you're done. You're done for, you're out. I remember at a really young age, you know, like you're not supposed to go to R-rated movies or you're not supposed to watch certain things online. And I had specific friends that I would do that with, or friends' houses that I could go to rent that R-rated movie, to watch that unchristian thing, to hear those horrible, insensitive jokes. I had very specific friends' houses with basements that I would go to watch those things.
Whore.
And it shaped me. Like, it completely changed my sense of humor. It matured me in a way that I didn't know I needed maturing. Comedy opened doors to otherwise rooms in a house that I was not supposed to look into. And coming from a relatively conservative Midwestern Catholic upbringing, I was craving that. I wanted to see someone doing the taboo thing. I wanted to see someone saying something bad, or that I perceived to be bad. Super bad, white chicks, American Pie, Donald Glover, at the time, Louis C.K., tons of other comedians and comedic related entertainment that just shocked me and made me be like, oh my God, people can say that, people can do that. It was revolutionary.
What? You can say that?
But as we all know, there is a fucking tipping point. When you're walking on a tightrope your entire life, at some point, you're most likely gonna fall off it. And comedians, they do it pretty hard. Into a million pieces, and a million tweets, and a million tears. Amy Schumer made a joke in 2007 about wishing that Steve-O had killed himself versus his friend. Tracy Morgan made a joke about stabbing his son if he ever came out as gay. Kathy Griffin did a photo shoot where she held up a decapitated head of a sitting U.S. president.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
A few others I can think of is when Lena Dunham made some sort of comment about never having had an abortion, but wishing that she should.
Selfish assholes!
Why? Logan Paul with his comedic vlogs filming a dead body in Japan.
Sometimes you have to slap them in the face just to get their attention.
James Charles joking about hoping he doesn't get Ebola when he was flying to some country in Africa.
Snap out of it!
Lord help us all. These people have followings and platforms. Oh, God.
Too far.
It's too far. But what makes it too far? That's what I find fascinating here is like what Chris Rock said was clearly insensitive. Jada Smith has a condition where her hair is falling out. So to make a joke about it is just something, you probably shouldn't do. It's something I wouldn't do. Clearly very personal. Appearance especially. Hair for the Black community and hair for Black women is sacred. Don't touch it. Don't talk about it. Don't comment on it. So I understand why that could be too far for her, for her husband, for people in general. But then the other part of me says, like, isn't that just comedy? Is, like all of it is in some way mean or poking a finger or pointing at someone else. So although you can be offended by it, can you really justify hurting someone over words? I don't think I could. But then also, no one has ever like personally insulted my mother or someone that I'm dating or my sister or really my friends. Like, I guess I can see the line in which someone would cross and I would want to do that. It's just hard for me to imagine look at me. I have the anatomy of a daisy. I know my place in the food chain. And if I were to hit someone, I know they can hit me back and I would explode into a million pieces.
I didn't mean to make fun of your hero.
So that's what I find interesting here is, again, where does the joke go too far? And even if it does, do you really have any right to do anything about it? I know in my close friend circle, the jokes can rarely go too far. At the end of the day, we all know we're just joking and we all know each other's humor. And although sometimes we may miss or something may go quote unquote too far, it's pretty easily forgiven. That happens a lot in public too. Everyone's always trying to compete with each other over dinner, saying something that's a little bit funnier than the next person, trying to one up the person to their left or to their right. And if they miss, it's not like I think, fuck you, Jerry. What the fuck? Leave. Get out of here. We don't want to see you ever again. I think the safest comedy is when it has anything to do with just yourself. I can make a million jokes about myself and you really can't be mad about them because guess what? It's real to me. But as soon as I bring a vulnerable bystander into the joke, someone who is not consenting to be a part of this sick, twisted humor, that's when it gets personal. And that's when it can get very, very messy very, very quickly. It's very easy to make a joke about me, but as soon as I make a joke about you, I better be prepared to fall hard off that tightrope. I am comedically girl bossing way too close to the sun. So uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Anyways,
Overall, what do I think about the Will Smith, Chris Rock debacle, the situation? The drama. Do I think you should hit people? No, I do not like violence. I do not think it's okay.
I said I want the truth.
Do I understand the levels at which making fun of someone that you love can hurt you and can cause you to do irrational things? Definitely. Completely.
I'm your life, Annie. I'm your shitty little cow.
I don't think that makes it necessarily okay, but I can understand it. I don't know. I just found the whole show to be relatively awkward. Like, there were funny parts, I'm not gonna lie. The hosts, Wanda Sykes, Regina, Amy, they did a pretty good job. I can admit that. I had some laughs, I had some chuckles. But like the rest of the show, oh my lord. The secondhand embarrassment. My butthole was so clenched, and I drink coffee before my morning runs. It has never been like that before. Both of my peers, one squeezed hand on this side and another on this side. Just so much tension. I need to go to a physical therapist after witnessing that night live. Ugh, never again. I don't want to live a stressful moment. Ever again. The moral of the story is to just, you gotta know your limits. You gotta know the limits of the people around you. Know your audience. I don't think it's okay to hurt someone or to hit someone, to assault someone from something that they've just said. although you may feel like you want to. But the person saying the thing better be very well aware and very prepared that they are walking a line. And if they step over the line, although it ain't right, something may happen. So embarrassing though. Oh my God, when he had to get up on stage and give his acceptance speech, it just, I've never felt pain like that before. Where am I going? Anyways, that's kind of all I gotta say. What an interesting night. So much secondhand embarrassment. It was very uncomfortable. And that's all I could think of the whole time is like, when does the joke go too far? Does this joke justify the means, the ends, the results? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious what you guys think. Love a healthy, productive debate. Be kind in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, definitely click the like button. Subscribe down below for new videos every so often. I love ya. I miss ya. I hope you're well. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye. I should have done this whole thing from back here. It's quite a lot of room. It's quite spacious. I mean, like, this is fun. This is attractive. I could have done this. The whole time. Maybe next time.